How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to another video on the channel. And as you can see today, it's a series, kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a mini-series before FIFA 18 does kick off, and all the hype is well and truly underway. This is me going back over the year of FIFA. It could be any player, it could be any variation. As you can see, the squad there, 7 team of the seasons, 1 man of the match, 1 red card, which is effectively a team of the season anyways, and 1 inform. There can be any variation of a gold card, a silver card, a bloody bronze card, any variation whatsoever. If I've missed them, they are eligible for this series. So if you do enjoy, lads, smash a like on the video straight away. 1,000 likes is your target. And if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, even game codes, head on over to g2a.com, use that code M89. Every single link I will need is right there in the description below. And today's has a theme. That theme being Brazil. All the players that you can see in the squad are Brazilian. We have Alves in net. He's a good goalkeeper, don't get me wrong. I'll be going over him once we do it, the gameplay, his kind of flaws, his pros, his cons, etc, etc. We'll go over all that once we're in the gameplay. So Alves, never reviewed him, never had him on this game. Last year he was alright, the year before that he was alright as well. So I was kind of interested to see how he would fare on FIFA 17, the Inform 86 rated version. Right back is Fernandes. I have used this guy. I didn't really get on with him the first time. Will he change my mind in this episode? Again, we're going to have to wait and see. Thiago Silva again. I've used him in the past, but I've never done a review on him. Thiago Silva should be a boss for this team. Marcelo, never ever thought I'd use this card. And it's one of the things you get with red cards, isn't it? You get them in your club and you think, I'm never going to use this card. But here I am using the Brazilian version of Marcelo. Well, there's only a Brazilian version of Marcelo, but the red team of the season 87 rated version. Felipe Luis is a left back, arguably one of the best left backs on the game, is the kind of word on the street. Talisca, 89 rated, as is Fabinho. He's been linked with the likes of Manchester United in the past. Of course, the Monaco midfielder, the Brazilian. Fabinho is in the centre of the park. We have Juliano as the right centre mid. I've used him once in the past. Again, I didn't really get on with him. Alves, yes, you see it, as a right forward. It's Alves, Dani Alves, the right back, is playing it right forward. Will he be effective in that position? Once again, we're going to see that Tyson, who's a player I've wanted to use for so long, lads. So damn long. And Wagner Love as well. If you can remember, like previous FIFAs, Wagner Love was very, very OP. So, with all that being said, let's get into the gameplay. So here we go then, lads, and we're hopping straight into game number 1. Now, these are in the daily knockout tournaments. I mean, if I got to the final, I would have given the opposition the win if they didn't beat me anyways. But in the daily knockout tournaments, the weekend league had already passed by the time I was going to make this video. So that was the only reason I played in a DKT. Otherwise, I could play it in seasons in Division 1. But I thought, you know what? Let's switch things up a bit. Let's go into the daily knockout tournament. Let's do things like that. Enjoy the bloody game. That is Tyson in full effect. 7 minutes into his debut. What a strike. He kind of shimmied to go on the outside. He went on the inside and he just banged it on the right foot right in the top bins as Fernandes gets a header on it from a corner. The right back is very tall in this game, and sometimes from corner kicks, especially right backs and left backs, they tend to kind of float on into the area. So if they are quite tall in this game, it is a massive, massive advantage as Wagner Love gets the ball, plays in Tyson again. What's Tyson going to do? He's got a left foot of dreams too. What a finish that is. Right in the top bin. Straight away, I am loving this card. Like I said just before, I wanted to use this card since he ever got a team this season. So this kind of series allows me to do that. And players I never tried and players that I never think I will try. Marcelo being one of them. Centre-back Marcelo of Besiktas. Come to Besiktas and all that kind of bollocks. But he went to Besiktas. He did very, very well. He got a team of the season card. And I've got to say, I was very, very impressed. Alongside Thiago Silva, he did hold his own. And of course, Thiago Silva in this game, he's a rock, he's a machine, he's a warrior, he's a leader of men. Thiago Silva is fan-bloody-tastic. Him and centre-back alongside Marcelo, a very, very strong centre-back partnership in net. Diego Alves, not impressed in the slightest. And you might see why in this video, you might not see why. Shots like that were going past Alves. Now, I mean, the low drivens from outside the area where it was going, right smack down the gullet of the keeper's throat. It was going straight at them, and sometimes it would just go in the back of the net. I didn't have a clue what was going wrong. I do have a clue in the slightest, because Alves isn't very good this year. Fabinho proves that he does have a rocket on this game and blasts one in from range. So the right back, he's on the score sheet already as Dani Alves, the more natural right back, plays the ball over the top, but it didn't really come off. So Fernandes, is he good? Is he capable of rocking with the big leagues in the FUT Champions in seasons, etc., etc.? His team of the season rated version. In short, yes. In long, no. Why? I mean, short, if you want to get him for a couple of games, get him, because he is very good on this game. But if you're looking at right backs on this game, look at a Brazilian as well, Dani Alves. I reckon Dani Alves, he's better than Manuel Fernandes. Why am I saying that? Well, Fernandes in general, but I mean, Fernandes is great at certain things, height being one of them, pace being another, but Dani Alves is normal version. He doesn't offer height, but he does offer pace, so that is something to kind of take note as Tyson gets another goal in the background. We'll come to him in a short while. The left back, we had Brazilian left back. Who the hell was left back? Did I have a left back? I can't even remember. Anyways, the left back played like very, very well. He didn't really stand out like a sore thumb. He got involved in the attacks a lot. He wasn't kind of as influential as the attacking players of Tyson, Wagner Love, etc., etc. But the left back did get involved. And of course, it was Felipe Luis. I knew the name would kind of come back into my brain. But Felipe Luis, on this game, some say he's the best left back on the game. I disagree with that. There's another guy in there, the La Liga, who I reckon is better. That is another Brazilian. It's actually Marcelo. I reckon Marcelo is better than the Felipe Luis card. But I've got to say, he was very strong. He intercepted the ball. He broke down a lot of attacks, and he started a lot of attacks. And with that being said, he was getting the ball forward. And once the ball was forward, I was scoring goals. I was free scoring with the likes of Dani Alves. Played as a right forward. He did score. And I've got to say on Dani Alves, he's not an attacker, lads. He's not an attacker in the slightest. He's more of a defender, but that's a given. That is a given. It's a kind of given that he's going to be good at defending, that he's not going to be too great at attacking, but at the same time, he did assist, he did score, he did very, very well in those departments, and yeah, he scores in the background, so that kind of backs up my theory that I was on about the striker, Wagner Love. He scores here, but I've got to say he's a shadow, a bloody shadow of his former self. The midfield, solid. Fabinho, solid. Talisca, not really involved. The right centre mid, Juliano, for a 5-star skiller, he doesn't really do much, lads. He really doesn't do much. As I want to get on to Tyson, I mean, Tyson was the star of the show. He was scoring, he was assisting, scores there in the background yet again. So Tyson, for me, is the kind of man of the episode. That's what I should start doing. Man of the episode. Tyson was amazing. This 89 rated card. He comes with a lot of pace. He comes with a 4-star skills minimum. He comes with a great weak foot. You seen the left foot banger earlier on. He comes with a lot of different kind of bows to his arrow, or quivers to his arrow, or arrows. Anyways, he comes at summit with his armory, so he offers a bang, he offers a punch, and in game, he will get you goals, he'll get you assists, his movement, fantastic. It's outrageous, lads. So, that is the gameplay. Let's go to the summary of the team. So, here is the team then, lads. And what we're going to do is give each individual a rating, a certain rating, like my reviews. Basically, it's like a review inside a review inside a review 11 times over, because I'm giving each individual player a rating, a value for coins, etc., etc. Not really a value for coins, but definitely a rating. Alves, there's so many better goalkeepers on this game. Don't bother with Diego Alves. Diego Alves used to be good on FIFAs. He's not anymore. He's not anymore. Honestly, I'd argue Keylor Navas is better than this card, the normal Keylor Navas. And I know what you're thinking. Navas is shocking from time to time. But I've got to say, in terms of an effective goalkeeper, Diego Alves certainly isn't that. So if I was going to give him a rating, it'd be something like a 7 or a 7.2 or even a 6.8. It would get very, very low. Let's just say that, because he isn't great in game. He will concede, and it's not even your fault sometimes. The low drivens from outside the area, and they just bundle on past him, and he's just sat there, not moving an inch, and it will get on your nerves. So right back, Fernandes. He was great at times, but he flattered to deceive. He did score one goal. He's better than his normal card. That's a bloody given as well. But I've got to say, there's a lot of better right backs in him. You look at the likes of normal Dani Alves. I reckon I'd pick that normal Dani Alves over Fernandes any day of the week. Thiago Silva, he's a rock, he's a machine, he's a leader, he's a boss. And I loved him. I bloody loved him. As did Marcelo. Marcelo did very, very well for me at the centre-back kind of partnership with Thiago Silva. Felipe Luis, I forgot his name in the gameplay, but he's definitely not a name to forget because he offers so much to your team. He offers a lot going forward, even more defensively. But again, Marcelo is better than this card. Juliano, again, flash to deceive. He's a 5-star skiller, but he really doesn't do much. Maybe he needs to play camp to kind of unlock his true potential. Fabinho, amazing, amazing CDM. As in this formation, I said, like, stay back while it's second on the middle CM, that is Fabinho, and he did very, 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 very well. Talisca, not impressed in the slightest. So, if I was going to give them reviews, Fernandez, I mean, he gets maybe a 7.8, an 8.2, because he's still a good right back. Thiago Silva, 9.7. Marcelo, 9.2. Felipe Luis would get like a 9.4 as well. Juliano, not great in a centre mid role, so he'd probably get, oh, let's say an 8, a flat 8, flat 8. Fabinho, 8.8. Very impressive. Talisca, he was shocking, man. He was shocking at times. So Talisca would get something like, I don't know, 6.8 or 7. And I know that's quite low, but I want to kind of, I don't know, kind of jig up my review, kind of overlay, kind of in terms of ratings, because they're just not great. So I want to kind of rejig that going into FIFA 18. I think I might start doing it now, just to kind of get your perception on ratings and ratings in general. Dani Alves, he's not an attacker. He's not an attacker. Overall, he's great. He will get goals. He will get assists, but he's definitely not an attacker, lads. So all in all, you would get a rating of like an 8.6. He's still a good right forward, mind. He's still a good right forward. Wagner Love, not great anymore. He's not great anymore. He's going to get an 8.0. Tyson would get in 9.5. Very high for left forward on this game. Very impressed with him, and I would definitely buy him back in the future. So, does anyone else I've missed, lads, in this year in terms of reviews? Could be Team of the Seasons, it could be Man of the Matches, it could be Footies, it could be any variation of any card on the game. Any variation at all. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. I hope you have enjoyed once again. If you have, smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here, lads. And as always, I will catch you all next time.